Doug here, Doug Mysticana, Board Game Geek, bringing you our next episode. I believe this will be episode 3, of our playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone as we venture to the city of the ancients in search of clues to their ancient snowy, wintry civilization. Now, I know you probably want to get right into the thick of it because you know we're about to have a fight with these tentacles, but a couple things I wanted to cover first. Not really bad, nothing major or anything, but okay, I said but twice in the same sentence. Let's continue on. We had a discussion on the boards there in YouTube about the use of cards from another world, and we had some confusion about it. So I wanted to share something with you. When you're doing a two-player game or you're in another world, these are the threat cards. See that we'll be using now. For example, Snow Tears. You know, this is the red. How many heroes? So you can see on 1 to 2 we have on 1 to 2 heroes we have that. On 1 to 2 heroes we have that. So on and so forth. And this one's a wandering enemy, randomly done. So anyway, I do know about those. I do know they exist and they are there. And also there's the pylons as well, which I didn't show you. We could run into those bad boys, the target pylons. Okay, anyhow, those are the things that we can run into that are specific to the target plateau. So it didn't mean that the people who were talking about it didn't mean they wanted me to take all the other monsters out of the threat deck. Just they wanted to make sure I knew about that for the two-player game. So I do. Okay, the next thing is this here. So I had 2 cards that basically did the same thing, but they were slightly different, and I didn't realize it. The one that the marshal drew that gave him these rawhide chaps actually did give him a mine artifact. So we're going to shuffle this gear back in before this fight gets underway, before it actually has an impact, and we're going to draw a mine artifact card, because he would have gotten one. So, whoop, he gets another worldly artifact. What is that? Shadow, draw an artifact from the Targa Plateau Artifacts deck. That's even better. Wow, that couldn't have worked out too much better than that. So the Targa Plateau, of course I don't really know what the Targa Plateau artifacts do, but there's that deck. So we got a frozen isopod, +1 lore, +1 max grit. That's pretty cool. At the end of each adventure, roll a d6. On a roll of 1, the isopod thaws, wakes up, attacks you. Great. Discard and make a strength test 5. If failed, roll once on the injury chart. Well, that's useful to us right now, but it does have the potential to be bad. It's a frozen isopod, some kind of creature that's frozen and gives us a bonus. And basically, those are the things that I needed to resolve before we start our awesome adventure battle, our big battle that we have. So, I want to also remind you, and I'm going to put this up on the screen, that these 2 rooms are covered in steam clouds, which means a couple of things. Any model in that map that uses a ranged attack requires a 6 to hit. That puts us at a massive disadvantage against these things because they are not using ranged attacks and we are. So we have basically 2 choices. And I thought about this pretty hard. Now, we can choose to boogie out of here as quickly as we can and run back, remembering that our depth track is currently at 6. That's not great for us. We can attempt to blast through here and go to this other room, but we don't know what we're going to encounter. Likewise, we can try and get through and around these guys and head through the gate. That seems equally difficult. I think our best bet is to run out of here as fast as we possibly can and make them chase us, so that we can use our ranged attacks on them. We don't have, neither of these characters have any particular melee abilities. So I think that's what we're probably going to do. Now, our U.S. Marshal does have 2 grit and a dark stone, and our gunslinger has 1 grit, and they're both a little wounded, but not badly. So let's get going. I'm going to start with the gunslinger's turn. It just about gives you an angle for everything, but I'm going to roll a d6, and just when I say we're not going to back that far out, we might get back pretty far out. I'm going to roll for the movement for our gunslinger. He rolls a 6. That is outstanding. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yep, he's backing all the way up to here. He wants those tentacles to come out of the mist, out of the steam. And then from there, he can't shoot anything. He has no line of sight, so that is going to end his turn basically. But that was useful. And then for the Marshal, we don't need his bigger roll, but we do need to get him out of Steam as well. He rolls a 2, so he's going to go 1, 2, and buckle my shoot. No, kidding. Okay, now that's it for him. Now the tentacles, as you can see, have a move of 6. So they're going to start beelining toward the heroes. They're almost equidistant, so it doesn't really matter. But we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At least we'll get a couple shots off on them before they come out of the mist. Not the most ideal scenario, but that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they're starting to slither around there, making their way towards us as we back out of the steam room so we can take advantage of our weapons. Oh, another thing to mention. At the start of the game, I only put 1 item in their saddlebag, in their side bags. You actually start with 2. So I gave the U.S. Marshal a whiskey, and I gave the gunslinger another thing of dynamite. Okay, moving on. That is going to end that round with no action on or attacks on the part of any of the creatures. Now, the tentacles attack is purely melee combat, so they don't have anything that's ranged. So that really is going to end it. So let's roll our dice for our death track as we go into our next turns. Hope we get good luck here. Double 2s. That could be incredibly bad because we're going to have to pull out the depth track. So first off, we failed, so it's going to go up to 7. I'll show you that first. Okay, it's going to go up to 7. Not great. And now we have to look at this ambush attack. Great. This fight just got worse. Ambush attack. There are fiendish creatures and demons in dark places of the world. Draw a threat card and immediately ambush the heroes. Okay, so luckily it is a low threat, so I'm going to get the low threat deck, wherever that may be hiding out on me. I think we've used it before, so it is hiding. Oh, I got it. Okay, good deal. And we're going to draw a low threat. Here's the low threat deck right here. Let's see what we get. A peril die of spiders and a peril die of stranglers spring up around us. This was planned by the bad guys, wasn't it? So this fight just turned into something terrible. It really, really did. Okay, so let's roll for the void spiders. 5 void spiders and 4 stranglers. And this is actually low threat. Okay, let me get the monsters and we'll start placing them. Okay, now we're going to place the ambush. Now we're going to go in initiative order. Now remember that for the first round, the new monsters that came on the board, the stranglers and the void spiders, have a +2 initiative. So that puts the spiders at 8 and the stranglers at 6. So they're going to jump us and then attack the heck out of us. This could be very, very bad news for us, kids. We will see. This could be the turning point in our scenario because we still have the tentacles to deal with as well. So the void spiders, being that they are fastest, I think are going to get placed first. I'm going to double check the rules on that. Okay, highest initiative first. Now I'm going to pull a bowl aside just so that you can see what I'm doing. We're going to start with these guys. So they're going to go. We're going to start with 1 in front of the. And by the way, they are painted. See their grisly teeth, and they're still a little grayish, but they're gruesome looking. Okay, we're going to start with one of the spiders right here. We'll put another one in front of the gunslinger here. Then we'll put another one at. We're going to evenly distribute as much as possible. Another one here, and then the last one, since it really can't. Well, let's roll. Let's roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will go here. Okay. Now we got to do this. The stranglers. So the first one is going to go here because that's the only open spot. And then why don't we do this? Since there's really no place for them to go, they're going to have to pile in here with the other bad guys. They all came up out of the steam. We just didn't know they were there. So our scenario just it looks a little worse, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, well, let's get this party started. Woohoo! Okay, that was not a good thing to happen to us there. Wow. Huh. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's keep going. Order of play for this round is going to be the spiders, the stranglers, then the gunslinger, then the marshal, then the tentacles. Okay, so now next round that will change marginally. It'll be the spiders, then the gunslinger, then the stranglers, then the marshal. So there's be a little shift next turn. But for now, that's the way it is. So that was our depth tracks roll actually. So why don't we now roll our initiative? I'm sorry, our spiders attack. Now the void spiders, they are not that tough. They only do 2 dice. They have no defense and only 3 hits. They have a combat of 4, and they do 2 damage apiece. So let's see what we can get done here. So the first one here, we'll start with this one. It's going to attack the marshal. Okay, and it got, of course, 2 hits. And the marshal has a good defense, though. He's got 3s, remember, and he's got his hat. So he's going to roll 2 defenses, and he got both of them. So he did not get hurt by the spider. We'll move on to the next spider that is also attacking the marshal. Okay, it got 1 hit, and he gets to roll a defense. A 2, he failed, but he has, remember, his, and I'm not going to put this up on screen for you, but he has his weathered hat, which once per turn, remember, so this turn he may reroll a single defense die, or roll rather, so he's going to roll it, again a 2, so he actually takes 2 points of damage. There we go. Now I could use a grit, but I'm probably going to use a grit for his hardened resolve ability and actually heal. So anyway, that he's got now 5 total wounds on him out of his 10. Okay, that was, yeah, well, yeah, that one hit, that one missed, that one hit. Okay, now we got, okay, I think I just lost track. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so we're moving on to this one that's going to now attack the gunslinger, who's not in as good a shape. Okay, at least his defensive abilities aren't as good. So we got 2 attacks there. We got 1 hit on the marshal, I'm sorry, on the gunslinger, and he has a 5 defense, so he's not nearly as good as you can see on this. But he rolled it, so he actually blocked the 1 attack on him. Now, this one here was attacking the marshal. So we're going to roll for that one. It gets 2, and it basically missed both times. That's actually great. And then this last one here is going to attack the gunslinger. 2 hits on the gunslinger, so the gunslinger's got to get 5s to block the 2 hits. Wow, double 6s, block both of them. Nicely done. Okay, but that's just the beginning of our fun, because we also have this strangler. Now, they too don't have, I don't believe, let's look at their card. It says to hit rolls of 6 count as 3 hits. That's rough, but otherwise it's only 1 hit. And they too don't have any range ability or anything. So, but remember, they're normally to 4, but they're to 6 this round because of the ambush. So they are going to get to attack. They roll 4 combat dice. Ouch. And we only got 1 of them attacking this turn against the gunslinger. So now, if they do hit, they do 1 point of damage. And their ability to hit is a 3+, so they're a lot tougher than the spiders. For instance, well, they only got 2 hits. It only got 2 hits on our gunslinger. One of them was a 6, so that counts as 3 hits. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll that. The red one is going to be the 6, the defense against the 6. So we'll see if he can block both these hits. Well, he did block the 6, but he failed to block the other one. He's got no ability to stop that, really. So the gunslinger took an additional point of damage. That's all. That's a lot better than 3 from the 6 that was rolled. Got to remember that ability. So he is now at 4 wounds as 4 wounds out of his 10. Okay, now though that was the 2 monsters that get to go fast that can actually do anything. These stranglers cannot attack, these 3 here, so they really can't do much. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go with our gunslinger. He actually gets to do his thing. Now, I forgot. No, on the ambush, this would have worked too, and I've totally spaced about it. I should have done it even on the tentacles. Anytime a new group of enemies is placed on the board, I did not do this. I am going to back up and do this. This is fair. Anytime a new group of enemies is placed on the board, you may immediately attack for free. So back when we took the tentacles, he would have gotten a free shot on him. It's not likely to hit. Remember, they're in the steam. They need 6s. So he missed there. But out in the hallway, he got hit. He's going to shoot at the spiders because they're out of the mist, or maybe the one strangler, because if he could kill it, well, the spider. Let's do the spiders in that are surrounding us. There's still 2 that are blocking the movement of these guys. We won't kill them. So this is, again, his free attack from his quick draw, which he should have done. Could have maybe avoided. Well, he got 1 hit. It was a 6, so it's a critical. Depending on what he rolls here, they don't have any defense. He could have killed one of them. He killed it big time. So why don't we do this? Let's say he popped this one. Now, the reason I say that is, well, yeah, because he took damage from the strangler. Let's say we pop this one. That is going to be helpful to us, and I think it's fair to say that that's the case because, well, that would have been after placement. So, yeah, the strangler would have moved. Actually, let's take that back, I think. Let's kill this one. Now, this one didn't do anybody any damage, so it's not going to adjust anything. But the reason I killed that one is because I don't want the strangler to be able to come up this turn and shoot the marshal, or attack the marshal. But that was his out-of-sequence attack, so that would have happened before movement. That's why I say that. So all these critters could have then filed in on their turn, or this one would have moved up and attacked if I killed it. So anyway, back to his normal. I hope you understood what I just said. That was convoluted. Back to his normal round. He's going to get his 2 shots. He's got a 3 to hit. Let's see if he now. These 2 here are in the mist, in the steam still, so he's not going to shoot them. He's going to shoot the 2 behind him. And let's roll for his movement first, because he might actually back up. We're going to have to roll some escape rolls, though. He rolled a 2 for his movement. Now he's going to attempt to escape the spiders. They need a 4. Okay, he did escape the 2 spiders. And the strangler needs a 6. Probably won't escape that. He failed. Okay, so he can't escape the strangler. He has to, yeah, I think he'll just stay there then. Okay, he'll just stay there. He's going to shoot. Let's see what he gets. 4 and a 1, so he hit once with his pistol. And let's see what kind of damage he does. He'll shoot this spider here. 4. That's going to be enough to kill another spider. I got to remember the experience points for these 2. They are each worth 10 experience points, so he just killed 2 of them. That's 20 experience for him. I paused to write down the experience for these guys. Okay, and that was his shot. Now that is going to end his turn. Now remember, the initiative is kind of wonky this turn because of the +2 from the ambush for the stranglers and the spiders. Now we get to go with the marshal. Now the marshal, he's going to roll for his movement, though it's not going to matter. He rolled a 2. Could have got another. He's got 2 grit. He's going to do something this turn. Hopefully, he's going to shoot this spider behind him first, because if he kills it, then he can shoot the strangler as well. So let's do that. Okay, so let's see what he rolls. He rolls, oh, he criticaled. Nice. So the 2 defense of the stranglers are not going to matter. And he rolled a 5, meaning that the stranglers have a 3 health. So actually, the spiders, I wish that wasn't a strangler, actually. So he did kill the spider, which gives him 10 experience points. So I'll just keep that in my head for the moment. And then he is going to shoot his next shot. Remember, looking at his character sheet, he's got the double shot ability, which means that if he kills an enemy with his shotgun, he gains an extra shot. So now he's shooting at the strangler. A 5. That is going to be enough to hit. It is not a crit, though, which means the strangler is going to get the 2 defense that it has. And he rolled a 1 on the damage. So he shot into the strangler, and it didn't do anything. Okay, well, that's the end of that round. So, now we got the tentacles. The tentacles can move up. They can start to crowd in. So we're going to put one there. We'll move this one around here and this one here. That'll work. Okay, that ends the round. So now we got to go to the depth track roll. I'm afraid that we're going to run out of time before we even get to the target plateau. It's been kind of rough. We're at 7 already. Let's hope we roll a 7 or better. An 11. That's awesome. That's awesome. So we don't have to worry about the depth track. Now initiative is adjusted this turn, so it's still going to be the void spiders, but then the gunslinger gets to go, then the stranglers, then the marshal, then the tentacles. Okay, so spiders. These both were attacking the same target, so I think in fairness, this one will move up to here and attack. So we'll start with this one, though. It says we'll start with that one there. It's going to attack the marshal, and they have, again, 2 combat dice. with 2 damage. So, oh, it rolled a 6 and a 4. They don't have any special abilities, so those are just hits. Okay. Now the Marshal does get to dodge those. He rolled a 6 and a 4 as well, so he gets to dodge both of them. Now this one is going to attack him. Again, it moved and attacked. It's got it missed. It hit with 1, so he gets to roll 1 die in defense. He rolled a 5, so he took no damage from the spiders this turn. Okay, now we get to do. I'm just taking my pace slowly so I don't miss anything critical. That was the spiders. Now we get to do the gunslinger. So I think the gunslinger, well, the Marshal has a better chance of killing the Strangler, so the gunslinger is going to start shooting in the back row, actually, and keep these spiders there. He's going to shoot, well, they're in the mist, though. The only one he really wants to fight is this one. First, let's roll for his movement. A 1, that's good. He gets a grit token. Not going to complain about that. Okay. That means he has 2 grit and the Marshal has 2 grit. They're at their maximum. Well, actually, the Marshal, because of this item, can have 3 grit as long as he carries that item. Okay, so he rolled a 1. I'm thinking he might back up 1. So he has to first escape the void spiders. Yeah, it needs a 4. So he did succeed at that. Now, going to have to make an escape test against that one too, just to move. I thought it would be like as long as he stayed adjacent it wouldn't matter, but that's not the case. So he rolled a 2, so he actually can't move anyway. So he's going to shoot. He'll shoot the spider that's in front of him. Actually, if he hits twice, yeah. Should he? Nah, he'll shoot the spider in front of him. Okay, he did hit with a critical. Of course, I'm rolling all these criticals on something that has no defense. And he rolled a 5, so he killed that spider. That is going to give him 10 more points of experience. Okay, and that was his attack. So next up are the Stranglers, and this is going to get a little tough for us. So first off, this Strangler, these guys are both 2 away, so I got to see which one he's going to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now there are the tokens, but I just soon do it this way. So he moves up there and he attacks the Marshal. Okay. This one's obviously attacking. I want to orient them so I know who they're attacking. So we'll have this one move up here, and he'll attack. And then this one will just move in there and fill the space. So we got 1, 2, and 3 that will be attacking. Now remember, the Stranglers get to roll 4 combat dice. They only need 3s to hit, but they only do 1 point of damage unless they roll a 6. So we'll start with this one. Just go in order on the Marshal. Got 4 dice. We rolled 3 hits on 4 dice, no 6s, that's good. The Marshal has a defense of 3, he's going to roll 3 dice. He defended 2 of them immediately, and he's going to use his once per turn ability on his hat now. And he succeeded, so he took no damage from the first Strangler. Of course, now he can't use his hat against the other one, but the other one is going to do 4 strikes again. Okay, it got a 6. So that one's worth 3 points, and then it got 2. Wait, they need a 3. So it got 4 hits when I use up the hat. Okay, it got 4 hits, and one of them was a 6, meaning that one is worth 3 points. So I'm going to take 3 dice and a red die. The red die is the defense for against the 3-point attack. So let's see what he gets. He needs 3s or better. He cannot re-roll. Well, he could with a grit. Okay, he succeeded. He took 1. I don't think that's going to be another 1 point of damage. I think he's just going to take the hit on the 1. So that puts him up to, what is he at? 5, 6. He's got 4 hits left. I think he is going to spend a grit. 1 grit to do this. Heal 3 wounds or 3 sanity from yourself. It'll gain 5 experience points for each one too. I think he's going to do that. So he's going to use his Hardened Resolve ability. He's going to spend a grit, which is now gone, and it doesn't say that he can't do that at any given time, so that will take 3 of the wounds away from him. I don't want him to get too damaged, and that is going to be that. Okay, now that was the one that attacked Marshal. Now we got the one that is on the Gunslinger. Gunslinger's chances are less, so this one is going to attack him here. And Marshal hasn't gone yet, so he'll go after the Stranglers, or he will. Okay, we got 2 hits. Sorry, there we go. 2 hits on the Gunslinger. He's going to roll 2 dice. Wow, 2 ones. He took 2 hits from each one. So he's just going to have to take that. He doesn't have a choice there. He's at 4 right now, so he goes up to 6. Yeah, at least, well, you know, he doesn't have anything that can help him right now, unfortunately. But now the marshal gets to go. The marshal is going to turn around and shoot this one. He's got his D8. Well, first off, let's roll the marshal's movement. He can get another grit. A 6. Let's see if he can escape those two and back up one. Let's see. 4. So he escaped the spiders. And a 6. He did. He escaped this one. So he's actually going to go 1. Now, because he now is adjacent with another one, he'd have to roll again. But he just wanted to back up one so that they could filter out there and get out of here. Otherwise, he needs 6s to hit him. And then he's going to shoot this one with his shotgun at point blank range. You should get a bonus at point blank range, don't you think? Okay, here's his D8. He rolled a 6. That is a critical. So there's no defense. And he rolled a 7 on damage, so he blew this one away. That is awesome. That gives him 25 experience points. And that ends our hero rounds. Now the tentacles do get to go, but they're not going to be able to get up on him. So this one will filter in here, here, here. We'll just leave them like that for now. We're doing pretty good in this fight. I'm glad we got out of the steam area because it's allowing us to attack the creatures as they come out of the steam with our ranged weapons, and that's a good thing. But as you know, we have to roll for our depth track. Okay, here we go. We rolled a 8, so we did not move the depth track again. That is outstanding. Okay, so now once again the last remaining spider goes. It's going to move up and continue to attack the target it was fighting, which is the marshal. It's going to roll its 2 dice. It rolled a single hit on the marshal. The marshal gets his defense. He rolled a 5, so the spider did not hit him. That's great. Okay, now we got our gunslinger. Well, the gunslinger has a more dangerous threat right in front of him in the strangler. So he's shooting the stranglers, the one in front of him. He can't shoot this one really. He can, but he needs a 6 to hit it. So he rolled a 5 and a 4. Those are both hits, not criticals, but both hits. So the first one is going to do nothing. It does 2 points of damage, which bounces off the defense, and the second one is going to do 5. So 5, that goes down to 3. That is exactly enough to kill the strangler. So this one is kaput. He shoots that one down and gets 25 experience. Okay, now the stranglers get to go. Now this one was attacking the marshal, so it's going to do the same. It's going to go right there. This one will go right here, I guess. Yeah. And then we're only going to have the one attack the marshal. That's who was attacking before, and they stay on their target. So we're going to roll 4 dice. And with that 4 dice, they're going to do 1 hit each, unless they roll a 6, which that will mean it'll be a 3-point attack. So, okay, they hit 3 times. 2 of them are 6s, so I need another red die so I can differentiate. Okay, that's 2 3-point hits on the marshal. Luckily, the marshal is got a really good defense, and he's got his hat again this turn. So, let's roll this. Boom! He rolled. Okay, he did not defend against the 1 point. He's going to let that go through, but he did defend. And you remember his defense is a 3, so he did defend against the 2 6-point attacks. That is, or 2 3-point attacks. That is awesome. But he did take another wound. That puts him up to 4 total right now. Whew, he needs more grit. Okay, that is the stranglers. Now the marshal actually gets to go, and I think the more dangerous threat is this guy here. So we're going to roll. Well, we're going to roll for his marshal's movement first. Okay. He rolled a 5. Doesn't help many. And then we're going to. I mean, he could disengage and back up, but we're okay right now. He's just going to shoot it. A 7, which is a critical. He's doing really good. And a 5. So he killed this one. Boom. Got rid of that bad boy right there. That gives him another 25 experience points. Okay, but now the tentacles get to come into the play. They get to come and join the fight. So this one's going to move to here. We're going to determine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 which one it attacks. It's going to attack. I'll point his tentacle at him. It's attacking the gunslinger. Okay, and then this one will filter in here, here, here. Okay. Now that is the tentacles get 3 dice. They need a 4 better, and they do 3 on each hit. They're pretty nasty. Now remember, if they roll a 6, it avoids the defense of the target too. So these are 3 hits against the gunslinger. Oh my lord. All 3 hit. 2 of them are 6s, which avoid his defense, so he cannot roll against those. Man, that is bad news. Bad news. Okay, let's roll. So he failed. So that's 9 points. I don't think he can take 9 points, guys. I think our gunslinger just went down. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he only has 3 more. He just went down. He is KO'd. KO'd. He comes off the board. Boom. Okay. And that was bad. That was really bad. Okay, because alright, I think we're going to have to do it, guys. We can't. I could leave him there and hopefully the marshal can mop this up, but I sincerely doubt it. So I think we're going to spend our revive, our 1 revive token, on the on our gunslinger. One time I was hoping to save that for the final battle, but no luck. Okay, so the revive token restores our gunslinger up to full capacity, and he recovers a grit, but that's okay. He didn't need to. He is back in action immediately. Again, it's a 1 time per game effect, and we just burned it. It's very critical, but we need him. He's too important. Man, those tentacles have got to go now because they're coming out of the steam. I wasn't shooting at them because they're in the steam, and it would have been very difficult to kill them, but now it's not. So, first up, we are going to go to the gunsling. Oh, we got 1 more spider left, so it's going to get to attack our marshal. It's going to roll 2 dice, 2 6s. These spiders have no special abilities; those are just hits. So now we're going to. Oh wait, actually that would have been our darkness roll. So, you know, I think it's fair to say that was our darkness roll because that's what we should have been doing. And 2 6s is a good thing. So. Remember when you rolled doubles? Yeah, that would have been our depth roll. We passed, but we also get to do this. I don't think this is cheating because that's what we should have been rolling. Get the stubborn resolve. This place is horrible and unforgiving, but you're not about to give up the fight. Each hero immediately recovers D6 wound sanity or recovers a grit. If the hero's KO'd, they get to recover 2. So we're gonna roll. We're gonna recover a grit. So the gunslinger's full, and we're gonna roll to take some of the damage off of the U.S. Marshal, a 2. So you guys take 2 points off. That's good. He's down to 2 points. Better than nothing. And now that, and our depth direct didn't move. Now I get to roll movement. Oh wait, now we're going to roll for the attack of the spider. Okay. Boom. He got a hit. Okay. Spider didn't need to move, so that's why I didn't bother. And he's going to get a defense. The marshal. Marshal rolled a 1. He's not going to burn his hat on that. There's tougher enemies, but that will do 2 points of damage to the marshal. That puts him back up to 4 out of 10. Kind of a rough fight still, because there's just a lot of things going on for our 2 heroes. Okay, now after that we get. So now we got 1 strangler left. So okay, at least he can't get to anybody yet. So our gunslinger is going to shoot the tentacle in front of him. He's got 2 dice to roll with his pistol. He got a critical and a hit. So the critical does 6 points. It's dead. And that one is on the border of the 2 tiles. So the 5, so he killed this one. He could have fired in here, but the 5 would have missed because of the steam. So he managed to kill 1 of the tentacles, which will give him, I think, 30 experience points. Yes, 30 experience points. So that one is dead. Let me adjust his experience. Okay. And that was him. Now our strangler goes. Now the strangler does have a way to get in, and he's going to do it. So he moves to here. I'm going to take that back, guys. See, this guy was here. When the gunslinger fired, he did get 2. He got a crit and a hit. He can assign that other hit to the spider. I'm just debating if I want to. That opens us up to some bigger attacks. But we need to kill it, so why not? Let's just get it done. Okay, a 3. The spider has no defense, so that would have killed the spider, the other spider as well, and given the gunslinger another 15 points of experience. Sorry, I was writing it down without stopping the camera. So Okay, that's the gunslinger now. Now the strangler goes. He is just going to step up. We're going to see who he attacked. I think. Oh, he was already attacking them. No, he wasn't attacking anybody yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully he rolls high. Yeah, he is going to attack the marshal. It's going to be 4 dice. Boom. Now the reason he is attacking now is because the marshal and the stranglers have the same initiative. So he got 3 hits, normal hits. That wasn't a 6 actually. So the marshal gets 3 dice. He defended against 2 of them. He took 1 more point of damage. He's just going to take that for now. Save his hat for something for the tentacles. Okay, now the tentacles. Oh, the marshal gets to go next. So let's move. Let's do movement for the marshal. He rolled a 5. Let's just see if he can get away from the strangler. Maybe he can back up and stay out of damage. I don't know if he'd want to because the gunslinger would expose the gunslinger more, but he actually can. Let me think what he wants to do here. He's fine where he is because he can shoot the strangler right in front of him, and then the tentacles will come out of the mist. Or he could back up, but then all the tentacles will gang up on the gunslinger who doesn't have as good a defense. So we're not going to do that. He's just going to use his attack on the strangler. A 3, which is a miss. I think. Well, he's got 1 grit. Do I want to use it? No. He missed. Okay, fair enough. He missed. So that means that that's the marshal. So the next thing that goes are the tentacles. So the tentacles go 1, 2, and 3 to move up. This one is going to choose a target. It chooses the gunslinger. So I'm going to keep it pointing right at him. Remember they get 3 dice. They need a 4 better to hit. And they do 3 points of damage per hit. So let's hope they don't hit. Well, actually they didn't. Nice. So none of the tentacle did not hit the gunslinger at all. That is going to end our round. Now we got to roll for the depth track again. Next round. Let's go. Double ones. Well, we know what that is. Are you kidding me? And do I wish grit could be used to re-roll here. Guys, it's another ambush attack. So we roll double ones. So it says there are fiendish creatures and demons in the dark places of the world. Heck yeah, there are, and they're all around us. Ambush attack, draw a threat card and immediately resolve it. So we're going to do that. Another low threat. Get our threat deck. There's our threat deck. Let's see what ambushes now. Good news is there's only 2 of them can ambush us from behind. It's going to be 6 void spiders. Okay, well at least it's the wimpy things that count. Okay, that is 6 void spiders. Let me get them. Well. We continue on just when we thought we had the spiders licked. Now this is an ambush attack, so they're at 8 this turn. That means they're going to get to go first. And by the way, the darkness track goes up 1 to 8, which means just because you roll, so just so you know, when doubles are rolled for the hold back the darkness instead of moving the track, that's right, so it stays on a 7. That's a good thing. Okay, that's the only good thing that came out of that. We're not going to be drawing a darkness card at least. Okay, let's continue with our turn. So we're going to have this void spider is going to attack the gunslinger, and it's going to roll 2 dice again, so just like before with the other, it's the same as the other ones. Double 4s, I think that is double hits. Yes, he needs 4s. So the gunslinger has 5s for defense. He defended against none of them. He's got 2 grit. He's going to have to spend. We cannot take that kind of damage on him again. He's got no damage, but that's 4 points. So he's going to spend a grit. Hopefully he can at least stop one of these from happening. Well, he stopped both of them that time. That's fantastic. Okay, and then we have 2 more that are hitting the marshal. One. Okay, doesn't matter. 1 hit against him. He rolled a 1 and failed. That's 2 points of damage. He's getting kind of hurt, but maybe he'll kill the tentacle before that happens. And the strangler. Yeah, he's going to use his hat, and he succeeds. So he didn't take any damage from the spider. Okay, now. Yeah, let's see. Now we go to our gunslinger. He is going to attack. The most dangerous thing, I think, is the tentacle that's right in front of him. So he's just gonna roll his dice. We'll see. He got a hit, 2 hits, 2 just normal hits on that. So I think he'll assign his first hit to the stranglers are faster. He's going to assign the first hit to the strangler. A 6. So that's awesome because they have a defense of 2. So he needed to do 3 points of damage. He did 1 more than that. So he killed the strangler for another 25 points. And then for his second shot, he is going to shoot the tentacle that's immediately in front of him. 3. Okay, the tentacles have a health of 4 and a defense of 2. So right now it's done 1 hit. I think just to play it safe, he's going to use his... well, no, because if the marshal hits... Well, yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to use one of his special bullets, one of his Deadeye shots, to increase that damage by 2. So there'll be 3 points of damage against the tentacle that's in front of him. He's worried about getting hit by that thing, to be fair. We've got to kill them before we kill the spiders. They're much more dangerous. So this one, that leaves it with only 1 hit, so we just have to do 1 point of damage to kill it. Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Guys, I almost made a mistake. Forgot that. When the spiders came on in the ambush, he gets to do that immediately. So we're going to roll for that. Get 2 dice rolls, see if he can kill 2 of the spiders behind him. He got 2 hits. Spiders got no defense, they do take 3, so we'll do the 2 in the row in between. That doesn't really matter, they'll just move up. 1 point, so he got 1 point on this one, and 6 points on the other, so he killed 1, and did 1 point. That wouldn't have prevented anything that happened, because it just would have moved, but this one next to him does have a point of damage, and this would have been the scenario then at the round. It's better than nothing, right? Okay. Now, remember he got to shoot at the new enemies with that. I got to remember that quick draw ability when new enemies enter the board. Okay, that was so the spiders attacked. The gunslinger did damage to shot the strangler. They're gone now. Did damage to the tentacle. Okay, now we got, what do we got next? No strangler, so now we go to the marshal. Okay, marshal rolls movement. He rolls a 3. He's not going to move. He is going to have her shoot at this. Yeah, he's going to shoot that tentacle. We want to kill the tentacles. He's not going to shoot the other ones because he can't crit them, or they're in the steam, at the edge of the steam. He rolled an 8. He crit, so it's going to take a point of damage. He can't avoid it. So this one is dead, and the marshal is going to get 30 more points. Okay, not bad, right? Okay, now we got these 2 guys come up. Boom. Boom, we're going to pick target. Well, they're equal distance, so let's go one on each. Seems reasonable. Okay. The first one, it's got, again, the tentacles have 3 dice. They need 4s. We'll do the gunslinger first. 1 hit on the gunslinger. The gunslinger gets his defense roll. He rolled a 6. He did not take any damage. That's awesome. Okay, that was now on the marshal. Marshal took 2 hits from the tentacles. And he did not... Did he use his hat? I don't remember if he did or not. Anyway, I don't think he did. So he did on the spider. He dodged both of them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Awesome! No damage. Very good. But now we got to go back around and do our darkness, our roll against the darkness. Well, this whole video is going to be taken up by a battle, isn't it? Okay, so first off, we're going to roll against the darkness. We rolled an 11. That's awesome. It does not move again. We're holding it back. That is fantastic. Because it's pretty high on the track. I mean, we're still in a very dangerous area trying to get... We haven't even gotten to the target plateau, and the track's halfway done. Oh, almost. Okay, next up are the spiders. So this spider is going to attack the gunslinger. Got 2 dice, right? Spiders? Yeah, 2 dice. Wow. 2 hits on the gunslinger. He's got to roll his 2 defense. He defended against 1. He'll have to take the 2 damage. Remember, he was healed again because he came up from the revive token. Okay, that is the... So now we got the 2 hits on the marshal. It hits twice again, and the marshal gets his defense. He blocked both of them, so he took no damage. That's fantastic. Okay. Moving on. Alright, now it's the gunslinger's turn. Well, our deadliest enemies are the ones right in front of us. So he is going to now shoot the tentacle in front of him. See if how lucky he gets. He got a crit, but he only got one hit. He got a crit, and it's going to do 1 point of damage. How many do those guys have? 4. Dang it! I could use a grit to reroll, or reroll the damage, or I could. I'm going to use a grit to reroll the damage. He'll get another one. Speaking of which, I didn't roll for his movement. Let's see if he did get another one. No. Okay. He's going to use a grit. It's another thing you got to remember. Even though you're not planning to move, you got to keep it in your head that you still have to roll the movement roll just to make sure, see if they get a grit token or not. How much damage? 5. Okay, that was better because that was a crit. So this one is dead. That's another 25 or 30 points for our gunslinger. Okay, the tentacles are slower, so now we got our marshal. Let's hope he can do well. He does have a grit token, so we're going to try and kill this thing, so all we have to deal with is the spiders. Okay, a 2 is a miss. Yeah, he's going to spend his grit. He's got no grit now, but it's worth it. And he rolled a 7, which is a critical, even better. And a 5, so boom! This one is kaput. And because he killed an enemy, he does get to take a second shot. So let me give him his 30 experience points for that. And then he gets to spin around and level his shotgun into the spiders. Let's see if he gets lucky. A 4, that will hit, but it doesn't crit, it just hits. That's okay, they don't have any defense. And he rolled a 3, which is exactly enough to kill one of the spiders. So that spider is dead, and he gets 15 more experience. Good marshal. These guys are going to level with fights like this going on. Okay, and that ends the round because the tentacles were killed before they got to go again. Nice. Back around to our depth track roll. Okay, you ready? 8. Awesome, the depth track did not move. Okay, now the spiders though. So this one will move up to here. I don't think it matters, this one will move there. And we got these 2 attacks. So the first one will attack the gunslinger. 2 hits on the gunslinger. Okay, the gunslinger's defense. He defended against 1. I guess he'll take the other. He's going to take 2 hits. He's back up to 4 damage. But if he doesn't take any more, he's going to get a chance to recover D3 of those. That would be good. So let's keep going on. So that now we got the attack on the marshal. 2 hits. Marshal's defense. He got 1. He might as well use his lucky hat. It's only once, and he succeeded. Okay, because that's the only he can only use that once this round, but that's all he's going to get attacked by. So, okay, next up we got our gunslinger movement. He rolled a 6. Doesn't matter. He's just swiveling around and blasting away at the spiders now. 2 dice. He's got 3 or better to hit. He rolled a critical. Nice. He'll probably kill it. A 3. He does. That one is dead. Okay, next up is the marshal. Marshal's movement roll. A 3. I'm trying to recover some grit here. Okay, next his attack on the spider. A 1, which will miss. I think we're just going to have to leave. He's got no grit, so he can't do anything. He missed. Kaboom! Okay. I forgot that one of the spiders was wounded. Is now dead and wounded. Okay. That marks the end of the round. So now we're going to have to roll for our darkness cycle again. Okay, now remember we had 3 things, 3 different events, cards, etc., that drew out monsters on this. So we're going to get 3 loot cards each. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I got to look at that and make sure that well, it does because we drew a threat card. Okay, first up, our depth track. 3. Uh-oh. Had to happen sooner or later. Boom! Now we're exactly halfway. And we got to go draw a darkness card. Hopefully it's not more monsters. Here's our darkness deck. Let's see what we get. Demonic Force. All demon enemies are now +1 combat. That's for the whole game. So that doesn't mean anything because the void spiders are not demons. So it doesn't mean anything in this fight. Will in future fights. That's our darkness card. So now it goes back around to our turn. This spider is simply going to move up and attack the gunslinger. So he's got 2 dice. He actually failed to hit, so he missed the gunslinger. And there's 2 on the marshal. It failed to hit as well, so no hits on the marshal or the gunslinger that turn. Now we go to our gunslinger. He's going to shoot let's roll his movement. A 1! Yes, he needed a grit token badly, so just because he didn't have any. So there's a grit token for him. That goes on his board. Now we're going to roll his attacks on the spider. Double fives is 2 hits, so he's going to do, for the first spider, he'll do 2 points of damage. That doesn't quite kill it. Yeah, he'll just hit the same one and kill it. So boom, yeah, 1 point. Good, I did that because he wouldn't have killed 2 then. So he killed 1 more. That's going to give him 15 points. And now we get to roll. If he can kill it, if the marshal can hit and kill that spider, he can get another roll and kill both of them before they get to attack again. 2, he misses. Well, you'd think the shotgun would be better at short range. Okay, unfortunately that ends their turn. So we're going to have to make another darkness roll, so let's do that. Okay, at 11, awesome. We rolled that a few times, that's good. So no darkness movement on the depth track. Now the spiders, they are still at a 6, so they get to go first. That one moves up to there and attacks the gunslinger. 1 hit on the gunslinger, so the gunslinger's got to defend. He succeeds. Okay, now on the marshal. 1 hit on the marshal. The marshal succeeds at his defense, so they did no damage. We're going to come out of this pretty clean at this point, even though we have wounds on us. Okay, gunslinger, he's got his 2 shots. His movement, 2, nothing. Marshal's he's going to shoot now. 5 and a 1, so he hit once. They don't have any defense, remember, so hopefully he'll do 3. He did a 4, that kills this one, and that gives him 15 more points. Okay, hopefully the marshal can actually get a shot off and kill something, but he rolls a 2 on his movement, and then he rolls to attack. A 3. Okay, he's cranking away at that thing, and that spider is just dodging like crazy. The bad part about that is it continues to make us have to roll on the depth track, so that kind of bites. Okay. That's the third 11 I've done in the last few rounds. So 11, we don't have to worry about the depth track. Now the gunslinger says, "Let me show you how it's done, son." He rolls a hit and a 5. He kills the final spider. That ends the combat. Oh, guys, that was rather lengthy, and we're not done yet. Okay, so now they get to recover. They get to catch their breath. So the marshal didn't get to go. That's a good thing because he had some damage on him. The gunslinger gets to roll a D3 and recover that. Oh, 3. Awesome. So he recovers 3 of his 4 wounds that he had on him. Boom. Those are gone. And now the marshal gets to recover a D6 because he didn't get to take his turn. So he has no grit. So he just recovered 1. That leaves him with 4 wounds. It's okay. We got ways to heal if you didn't get a grit. Anyway. Okay, so 4 wounds, but now we get to draw. Remember that, and that was the result of 3 different attack cards. So what does that mean? That means that we get 3 draws in the loot deck each. That is awesome. So we're going to do that right now. I'll just draw 3 for the gunslinger and 3 for the marshal back to back, so we don't have to go back and forth. Here's the 3 for the gunslinger. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what he gets. Hopefully not just money. Oh, looks like, no, okay, good. Not just money. Okay, so he gets $125 and 40 experience there, and then he gets to draw a gear card or an artifact card if he's in another world, and another 20 experience points. So he's going to get a gear card. Let's do that. Now they need 500 experience points, even though it looks like he's probably closing on 200 right now. He gets to draw this. Hey, another whiskey bottle. He likes whiskey. Well, he doesn't have a whiskey bottle, so that worked out okay, I guess. I sure would like better cards than that. There's all this cool stuff in here, and I'm not getting it. So he's got a whiskey bottle. That'll help him because it does cure sanity. Okay, and that is the loot draw. Now I got to go do his experience. Another 60 points of experience for the gunslinger. Okay, now got to shuffle these cards back into the loot deck. Okay, I shuffled up the loot deck. Let's see what he gets. $25, yuck, and 20 experience points. D6, this one's good. Gold nuggets, that could be worth quite a bit. And what's this? Ooh, draw an artifact card. Okay, this is the other one I made a mistake on before. So let's do this first. Let's get this out of the way. So he's got to roll a D6 times 50. 4, that's 200. So you got 225 gold and 40 experience from that. And last but not least, we'll get rid of the loot cards here. He gets to draw another mine artifact. This is awesome for us. What does he get? I gotta look at the. I'm sure. I mean, I know they're fine right now. He's got 3 items that have weight to them, so I gotta remember that there is a weight limit, carrying capacity limit. Once per adventure, cancel a darkness card. I'll take that. So that's add that to his frozen isopod. He's not doing too shabby there, huh? Okay, that is actually going to end it. That's going to end our turn. So next turn, I think what I'm going to do, guys, I don't want you to have to watch me roll all the way back in here. I think I'll do that off camera, get us back into this room at least before where we can enter the gate. Hopefully we won't. If I do have any depth track movement, we'll start recording from there, or just tell you whatever. If we only move up 1, which I hope we don't, it's not going to do anything. If we move up 2, it causes us problems. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again soon. Okay, just had to add this in. The first roll I did for the depth track was that. It was 2 6s, which is that recovery one, where we get to recover either a grit or damage. So the gunslinger, he's going to get his grit. That'll put him up to 2, and that way we get a D6 or D6 wounds off of the marshal again. So 1 again, better than nothing. Okay, so I needed to tell you that as I was rolling. The very first roll I did in moving them back was that. So we'll end it now.